We must respect the will of the individual. Take it easy, as I assure you that everything will turn out fine. Let all the net outlook on life. Always maintain a positive attitude. You should be fair to everyone, regardless of national origin, gender, or creed. Equality is guaranteed by the Constitution. He leaned against a pillar and gazed at the Statue of Liberty. Alma passed by me giving off a subtle scent of perfume. It reminded me of my ex-girlfriend. Not all smells awful, but tastes terrific. I'm soaked with sweat. Stand back. You stink. Take a shower. Section 2. Bob was so beside himself that he could scarcely tell fact from fiction. His new novel, which combined his plot with his gift for poetry, is going to be published. An up-to-date Asian Age encyclopedia will come out next month. Mr. Yamada translated the fascinating fairy tale into plain Japanese. The following passage is quoted from a well-known fable. Are you familiar with contemporary literature? I know next to nothing about it. At times, I confuse curve with curve. Don't be shy, your pronunciation is more or less correct. This article contains tips for those who are eager to increase their vocabulary. His latest works are on display it at the City Hall. They are fabulous beyond the description. Could you move over a little? Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I was taking up so much space. What this ugly object? This is a piece of avatar art. I begged Richie to lend me 100 bucks, but he shook his head saying, I'm broke too. I'm apt by things on impulse whenever something is on sale. So am I. As it is, ordinary people cannot afford to purchase such luxuries. As we anticipated, the unemployment had risen 3 quarters in a row. I have to cut down my expenses, so from now on, I'm going to keep track on them on a daily basis. In the any case, Junior has to compromise to a certain extent. A complete mechanics are great demand, so they earn decent wages. The president announced a concrete plan to carry out welfare reform. His person not to lead to dismal consequences. It needs a thorough review. It goes without saying that the age of society is inevitable. Please take a look at this chart. It indicates that juvenile delinquency is only increasing alarming rate. In many business districts, there are a lot of vacant lots which have been sold for years. The population of deaths in the metropolis is gradually decreasing. In all likelihood, the birth rate will continue declining for steadily for years to come. The power plant supplies the remote county with electricity. You are not allowed to operate this device without permission. In fact, the inhabitants had been exposed to radiation. One cannot emphasize that too much the potential danger of the nuclear energy. For years, press overlooked the problem, but now, if anything, they were making too much of it. As well as cultivating grain, the farmer runs a grocery store. The research institute established was the late 1960s. I want to consult the store in person. He's by far the most prominent attorney around here. I'll write him just in case, because I have a bad memory. The lawyer recommended that his client take legal action against the insurance company. They are entitled to compensate for their injuries. So far, no less than 200 people have died of the flu epidemic. The effect of the dog is intense but brief. He has a habit of biting his nails. It's absolutely disgusting. My grandma strained her back when she bent down to hug my son. If we have a stiff neck, try and have a remedy. Medical breakthroughs have brought about great benefit for humanity as a whole. We can't apply for cloning technique to cattle, let alone human beings. It's forbidden. Whales are classified as mammals. The theory of evolution is beyond of reach of my imagination. The biologist is proud of his historic discovery and isn't mind boasting about it. On Instagram, they are opposed to so-called gene therapy. The initial symptoms of the disease are fever and a sore throat. The structure of the brain is complex. Owing to illness, some representatives are absent from the annual conference. Little by little, my son-in-law is recovering from stomach cancer, but he's in good spirits. This is fake, isn't it? Hey, it's a genuine antique. No way. Anything else? That's it. For here to go. To go. How much is this rug? $100 including tax. Okay, I'll take it. I don't think those pants look good on you. Try these on. They are really now. He got out of the cab in haste, saying, keep the change. Delivery services is available to customers for a slight extra charge. It's on me. No, you treat me every time we eat out. Well, okay. Let's split the check then. While I was hanging out at the mall, I ran into Ken. I was short of cash, so I withdrew the $100 I bought deposited to my bank account last week. On the way home, she was robbed of her purse. That's all. Tell me how it happened. I'll explain to you later. My parents gave me a Cyprian curfew as a punishment because I broke my promise. As the proverb goes, the end justifies the means. Just found no one to turn to. I have to stand on my own 2 feet. The charity chairman cut me off saying, time to wind things up. Let's take a vote. We exchanged frank opinion in the meeting, but consensus we reached in regarding this matter. Do you agree or disagree with him? I'm on his side. Strictly speaking, his view differs somewhat from mine. Did it go right again? I couldn't make out what you're getting at. No one backed me at first, but eventually I talked everyone into going along with my plan. I admire your perseverance, courage, and wisdom. You flatter me. In making a decision, I rely not on logic, but on instinct. He came up with an ingenious, sensible solution, and it immediately put it into practice. From the active viewpoint, the former inferior to the latter. The idea sounds marvelous in theory, yet I don't think that will work in practice. We are expected to defeat his opponent, but he failed to live up our expectations. Ironically, despite their best endeavors, their mission resulted in complete failure. Our genius makes up for her lack of her first-hand experience. She possesses the great capacity for overcoming any obstacle. Without your solid support, the deal would have fallen through. I'm grateful to you. Bringing flammable items into the cabin is prohibited. Our flight to Vienna was delayed on account of a minor accident. The plane blew up and plunged into the ocean, killing all the people on board. They are working around the clock looking into the cause of the crash. Unfortunately, few passengers survived the catastrophe. The aviation experts analyzed the statistics in detail. On behalf of all the staff, I'd like to express our sympathy for the victims. In a sense, he's to blame for the disaster. The vehicles are inspected for defects in every 3 months. I was amazed that see that our utility bills came to so much. Turn the faucet off, Mom yelled in a rage. Tighten the lid so the food doesn't go bad. Can I borrow your scissors? Here, sure, here you are. You can substitute some transparent glue for a needle and thread. I died of this fabric and it shrunk. I'm getting rid of this leather jacket because of worn out at the elbows. Add some flour to the mixture and stir and, until it becomes thick. What should we do this with the leftovers? Keep them in the fridge for now. I'll heat them in the microwave later. I could have laid out all that money on a new PC, but on second thought, I decided to put aside some for a rainy day. Some telephone had become something of necessity, and I can't do without one. No sooner had I sat back down and relaxed than when Wask asked me to do the chores. He laid the baby down. I lay down beside him. Put this stuff away. It's in the way. When the kid made believes they were dancers, they were scolded by their mother. After he bumped into the shelf, the personal charm fell as a shattered fragment. Can you keep an eye on my kids for a while? I need to pick up Ken. No problem. I never thought of making mess in his yard. Totally resemble her big sister in every way. You can't tell them apart. As a rule, twins have a lot in common. I'm tired of doing the dishes, doing the laundry, and so on. My favorite pastime is strolling along the shore. It's pleasant. I'm exhausted. Let's take a break in the shade. Why not? Bob, this vending machine is out of order. Oh no, I'm dying of thirst. He fainted to hunger and fatigue, but came to after a while.